Hi everyone, I'm Cinder89. Welcome back to Let's Play Fire Emblem 7. Another one takes damage. And it's time to end this. Although, I'd like to try. No, I didn't think so. Oh well. Elliewood. Elliewood! Lord Elliewood! I'm here. I'm right here. Well done, brave, successful to Roland. It's finally over. Finally. Everything is... Lord Athos? Looks like I've exhausted my strength. I'll die before you, friend. I may well follow you soon. For now, I will sleep again. Elliewood, Hector, Lynn. I've lived a long, long time, but now I'm done. Do not grieve. Soon I will be with long-absent friends. I have no regrets. Lord Athos! Now, my friends, my family, let me give you a parting gift. As I lay dying, I see many things. I see the future. Oh, why? Why is this not now? Neither Brahmian nor I will be here to help a land in need. What do you see? An evil star rises and burns. All of Emblem will be be once again awash in blood. But do not fear. Once again, Lycia brings hope. Children of fire. Everything. Lord Athos, even at the end, he thought of us. Greybeard. Look, both of you. Lord Athos. It's almost as though he's smiling. This world will once again be enveloped by darkness. But, at the end, a saving light shall rise. Ninian! Lord Elliewood. I'm so happy. I can't believe you're back. I feel like this is all a dream. Once I lost you, I knew for sure. I need you. I want you to be by my side forever. Lord Elliewood, I must go home. What do you mean? I'm the cause of all of this. It was my weakness that invited this tragedy. Ninian?
Here on Emblem, we were nurtured for ages in the land of our birth. Even after humans invaded and drove us out, not a day passed that I did not think of it. I yearned to see it once again, our homeland. Those children, the fire dragons, they were like me. We knew that it was forbidden, and yet we answered Nurgle's call and opened the gate. We didn't intend to stay long, just to see home one last time. But Nurgle captured us and it led to this.
We humans, we took control of the continent like it was our right. We never considered who or what we drove away. Ninian, Nils, the blame for this was never yours alone. While we can claim ignorance, we still bear some responsibility.
Lord Eliwood, do you truly believe that?
I do. If my father were here, he would say the same thing. Let's work together and think about the future. If the entire continent were made a place where dragons and humans could live together, like the hidden city Lord Athos spoke of, Arcadia.
What a wonderful world that would be. But that's certainly something that won't happen for a long time. So we can't stay here. The gate is still open. If it remains so, other dragons will certainly pass through. Before that happens, we must return to our world. We must regain our power and seal the gate from that side.
Are you saying I'll never see you again? That can't be!
Lord Eliwood, I am truly blessed that I have had the chance to meet you. Please, don't forget me.
Ninian!
Come, Nils, let us go. We must return to our world.
Ninian, the air of this world, it's changed so much from what we knew. No matter how much time passes, our strength will never return. If we stay here, we will not survive long.
Nils, why do you...
But even knowing that your life will be short, Ninian, you truly wish to remain here, don't you? I understand. Stay here. Stay with Lord Eliwood.
Nils?
Lord Eliwood? Ninian? No, my sister. Please cherish her. I will. I will make her happy. I swear it.
Nils, are you...
I'm going alone. I want to live a long time. I don't have your curiosity.
Nils...
Okay then, I'm going. Be well, Nils.
I'll miss you.
I'll never forget you.
Nils. Don't cry, Ninian. Even if we're apart, if we never see each other again, our bond will never, ever be cut. More importantly, sister, live as long and be as happy as you can for as long as you can. Nils! Thank you, Nils.
Daybreak!
Beautiful, isn't it? The start of another day.
Ninian, you'll come with me, won't you?
Yes!
Now, those two scenes that you just saw actually change depending on whether Eliwood has an A rank support with Ninian or not. If he does, you saw what happens. Ninian stays, and Eliwood, has her love. However, if they don't have an A rank, things work out a bit differently. Ninian will go back with Nils, and that he won't be, obviously, Eliwood won't be carrying Ninian. And the scene where you see Nils, it shows both Ninian and Nils go through the gate. So, just wanted to point that out. However, now it's time for the epilogue. 1 year later. So here you are, Syndrel. Looking good, Eliwood. Will you attend my ascension ceremony? Hector and everyone else is coming. What? These clothes? I look silly, don't I? No, I think you look great! Formal dress is so stiff. I can't stand it. Everything's finally resolved. I'll succeed my father as Marquis Ferre. I don't know if I'm equal to the task, but I'm going to do my best for all the people who live here. I know you will, Eliwood. Syndrel, do you really have to go? I do. I'm sorry. No, I understand. I'm sure that you have things you must do. I have so many other adventures to go on, Eliwood. Thank you for supporting me in everything. It was a pleasure, and I'm glad my tactics were able to help you. Lord Eliwood? Here I am, Ninian. Sorry, I thought I didn't know that was Ninian.
Ah! Hello, Syndrel.
Hello?
Lord Eliwood, is Syndrel...
Syndrel will be at the ceremony of ascension, but must leave shortly thereafter.
Is that so? I'm disappointed.
I'm sorry, Ninian. Oh, Syndrel, I want you to know something. When things are a little more settled, Ninian and I plan to be married. Oh, congratulations! And this may be a bit premature, but Syndrel, we'd like you to name our first child. Ninian and I talked it over. Really? You've done so much for us, and we truly want this.
Please, Syndrel.
Well, it's an honor. I think I have just the name. So, Syndrel, this is farewell. If it weren't for you, I wouldn't... this world wouldn't be here. You have my heartfelt gratitude. Syndrel, I'll see you again. It's a promise, my friend. Goodbye, Lord Eliwood, and it was an absolute pleasure to assist you on your quest. The executive producer, Satoru Wada, may you rest in peace. By the time this comes out, the news has already been out for a week, maybe two, that he passed away, and he had his hand in a lot of games. And so, this ends Fire Emblem 7, as I will take my leave as well, and head off to new adventures. Hopefully you all will join me on them. I love this game. And although this particular LP is over, this game is not. I'll be returning to Fire Emblem 7 sometime in the future to tackle a new challenge. But until then, I hope you all really enjoyed this Let's Play and enjoyed my journey. There's still some more stories, so please don't leave. After the credits roll, we still learn what happens to all of the characters, and you will even see my final rank as a Tactician, which will probably not be that great. But we still have stuff to go over, so please don't leave. As we see our turn count, which was pretty good, I have to say, until a certain couple of chapters near the end. So you see all the chapters you've done and all the turn counts. How many turns it took to go through each stage. There's the 157 for Kaga Destiny. 65 for 783 turns, which gets you, of course, the lowest tactical rating. Marcus, Knight of Fairy. And now, these will change depending on who gets together. If certain people get married, they may change. Marcus returned to Fairy with Eliwood, and, as head of the Knights of Fairy, dedicated his life to training young squires. The B is how many battles they were in, W's is how many kills they had, and losses is how many times they died. Lowen replaced Marcus as the most famed knight in all of Fairy. His endless zeal served Fairy well throughout life, and they get titles: Lowen, Swift Knight. Rebecca, a wildflower. Rebecca returned to her father, then pledged service to House Fairy. She has formed a family, and yet she still serves Fairy well. So you find out what happens to everybody. Dorcas, Serene Warrior. Dorcas returned to Fairy and used the money he earned to buy medicine for Natalie, his wife. She recovers rapidly. Bartray, Wild Axe Fighter. Bartray continued his quest from country to country. Rumors say that he fell in love with his own mortal enemy. Oswin, Impregnable Knight. That's correct. Oswin served as a vassal of Marquis Ostia. His was a calm, reasonable voice in Lycia's ruling government. Matthew, Thief and Spy. Matthew continued his service as a spy for House Ostia. The memory of his beloved Layla lingers on in his heart. Sarah, Outspoken Cleric. Sarah returned to Ostia. She spent much time tending to her own affairs. But lately, she has begun to enjoy her free time. Guy, Mounted Swordsman. Guy continued his quest to be the finest swordsman of all Sakai. His form was so perfected that all called him the Saint of Swords. Urk, Studious Mage. Urk returned to Etruria and was asked to succeed the retiring Lord Pent. He refused and devoted his life to the study of magic. Priscilla, Secluded Princess. Priscilla returned to Etruria's Count Carleon. Her adopted parents met her not with harsh rebukes, but with tears of joy. Florina, Pegasus Knight. After Lyn abdicated rule of Kalen, Florina returned to Ilia. She remained shy, but this shyness has made her strong within. 154 battles and 92 kills. Kent, the Crimson Shield. After Kalen was placed under Ostian rule, Kent became its steward. His dedication earned him the love of his people. Sain, the Green Lance. When Ostia took over the rule of Kalin, Sain resigned and became an independent knight. His love of women is unchanged. Will, archer without equal. Will remained a knight of Kalin even after Ostia took over. He became the commander of Ostia's Kalin archer division. Raven, sublime mercenary. Raven vanished without a word. Many reports have placed him in Arafin, but none could be confirmed. Lucius, the Light. Lucius lived a modest life in a remote corner of Arafin. He built a small orphanage, where he now cares for helpless children. Canis, seeker of wisdom. Canis returned to his family in Ilia. Some years later, he and his wife died trying to stop a snowstorm. His child was raised by his old mother. Dart, Baden's commando. Dart took a grave wound protecting Fargus in a skirmish. He vanished at sea, but rumors claim he might be in Faerie. Fiora, wingborn warrior. Fiora flew many missions as the head of a mercenary company. Her donations saved many poor families in Ilia from desertion. Legault, the Hurricane. After the battle, Legault traveled the lands looking for Black Fang refugees. He helped them to ease the pain of his own loss. Nils, child of destiny. Nils vanished through the gate in order to seal it from the other side. Those who saw him go will never forget his look of sorrow. Isidora, escort of Faerie. As a knight of the Imperial Guard, Isidora served as guard to Lady Eleonora. She continued to study to be a lady up until she wed. Heath, wandering knight. Heath moved to Ilia and became a mercenary knight of some fame. He fought not for country, but for people in need. Wrath, wolf of Sakei. Wrath returned to his tribe in Sakei. His deeds earned him warm greetings from his father, the famed Silver Wolf. Hawkeye, Desert Guardian. Hawkeye returned to Nabata and lived peacefully in Arcadia with his daughter, whom he trains to be guardian of the desert. Geats, the Wanderer. Geats resumed his aimless wandering. He still searches for a land that he can finally call his own. Pent, Magic General, and Luis, Lady of Violets. When Athos died, Pent took over his research. To focus on his studies, Pent resigned as Mage General of Etruria. This action set the palace in an uproar, but Pent and Luis endured. Carl, Saint of Swords. Once Carl was known as the Sword Demon. Now he bears a new name. What prompted this change, he will not say. Nino, Pious Mage. At Eliwood's invitation, she started a quiet life in a small village in Faerie. She plans to return to Bern to visit a certain cemetery. Jafar, Angel of Death. Jafar vanished in the final moments of the last battle. He still avoids the bounty hunters who seek out the famed Angel of Death. Vida, Flying Fang. Some rumors say that Vida died at the hands of Bern forces. Others say she now serves Bern's Prince Zephyl. Renault, Burden Bishop. No one knew the old him. No one knows what became of him. He vanished as though he never existed. Archsage Athos. Athos died in a foreign land. Those who saw his face said that he seemed as though he had at last found true peace. Merlinus, cheery merchant. Merlinus opened a shop in Ostia, but was forced to close. He plans on reopening with some aid from Lord Eliwood himself. Hector, general of Ostia, and Lynn, noblewoman of Sike. Hector succeeded his brother as the Marquis of Ostia, but the pain of his brother's death weighed heavily on him. His beloved Lynn gave him comfort and helped him become an enlightened leader. Eliwood, Knight of Lycia, and Ninian, Child of Destiny. Eliwood and Ninian were wed after the conflict. Ninian gave up her old life and her people to enjoy a brief life with Eliwood. They have a son named Roy, who will one day take up arms to defend his nation. Sindral, famed genius. The Tactician vanished after the final battle. Bern, Lycia, and Etruria all sought those famed skills, but none ever found the Tactician. Castle Ostia. Thanks for coming, Eliwood. Hector, long time no see. First time since my brother's funeral. 15 years now. And look at us. We've both grown older, haven't we? Uh-huh. Time certainly does speed right by. My father's disappearance, his death, the fight with Nurgle, those fire dragons. The memories are so vivid, it might have happened yesterday. Nurgle, what a black heart he was. I've had enough of battles like that. Is that your son over there? I've been wanting to introduce you, but there's been no chance. Roy! Come here!
Did you need something, Father?
Say hello to Marquis Ostia.
Yes, sir. A pleasure to meet you, Lord Hector. My name is Roy.
Roy, is it? Nice to meet you, lad. Well, I guess that means I should introduce my daughter, then. Lelina! What? Are you being shy? You don't have to be nervous. This is your father's old friend, and his son. Hello, Lelina. This is Roy. He's the same age as you.
Nice to meet you. Lelina, let's be friends. We can play over there.
It's okay. Go on.
Ah.
What a cute child. Good thing she took after her mother. What? She looks just like me, doesn't she? You're a sarcastic one, Marquis Ostia. Come on, now you're the one putting on airs. Marquis Barry. The only thing older about you is your appearance. Don't tell me you still behave like that even now. That you're the Marquis. I'm always on top of my duties as Marquis. But when I'm around you, I want to relax, so please, Hector. By the way, I heard that the King of Bern died It was fairly sudden, too. I can't be certain, but according to one of our spies, he was killed in an assassination attempt on Prince Zephyr. The prince? I trust he was unharmed. It's a strange tale. At first, I heard that the prince was killed. Then new information came 3 days later, saying that it was the king who had died. Do you remember Archsage Athos's prediction? Is something happening in Bern? I don't know.
Father! Can I show Roy my pony?
Yes, go ahead. Be careful.
Okay.
For the sake of our children's futures, I'll stop anything that may happen. I'll sacrifice my life to make it so. Once again, Lycia brings hope. If that turns out to be wrong, no, it must happen. Bern Keep. For what reason have you awakened a demon dragon? Who are you? Dragon. And that ends Fire Emblem 7. Famed Genius! That's actually the one I was going for. So I managed to pull it off. Now, if you don't know, I'll throw out a few spoilers here. Well, they're not really spoilers. I mean, the game's been out forever. This actually was made to be a prequel to the game that came before it, Fire Emblem 6, Sword of Seals. If you've played that game, it's like, oh, hey, Eliwood, that name sounds familiar. Or if you played this game and then played that game, Roy, that sounds familiar. Or if you played both, this was really funny, because like, ha, Roy. You get that name, I believe, if Ninian and Eliwood get together. Else the name changes, I think. But, anyway, you have Roy, who, of course, is the main lord of Fire Emblem 6. The game that came after this, or before this. This game, Fire Emblem 7, came afterwards, and was a prequel to that game. So Roy and Lilina are, of course, in Fire Emblem 6, and they have a journey themselves. I don't like Fire Emblem 6. It's an older game. It has quite a few flaws. I'll play it eventually. Maybe. I really don't like it. It's not a fan. Because I really like the way this game is, because it was the first one that I played. So I love Fire Emblem 7. So Fire Emblem 6, I don't like that much. Because of events that happen in it. So that's all I'll say about that. If we click this and press start, we get some extras. We can go to our battle history.
Amazing! What more can I say?
So I did get a rank for Lenstail. You can see, if I got through it a little faster, you get a rank from, I believe it's E to S. E being the lowest, S being the highest. It depends on how many stars you get.
Well done! I'm glad we did our best.
Wow, I ended up with the B rank. Sweet! I'm okay with that. And now look at the top left. Hector's Tale. That's right, you can play through the game as Hector, who is will be the main lord, instead of Eliwood. So all those times throughout the LP where I said, talk to this unit to recruit it with the main lord, that's why I put it that way. In Hector's Tale, Eliwood and Lyn accompany Hector. Now, there are a few additional chapters, but some of the dialogue changes, you get a lot more from Hector's point of view. You also have Eliwood be the one that could use the Heaven Seal, and Hector has to wait for the promotion. So Hector takes Eliwood's role and vice versa. There are a few additional chapters. There are a few Gaiden chapters that you can only get in Hector's Tale. So there's all of that. This is what I was talking about. I'll be coming back to Fire Emblem 7 sometime in the future, probably an LP or two from now in this slot. And I'm going to go through Hector's Tale in the future. Lyn's Tale Hard Mode, Eliwood's Tale Hard Mode, and Hector's Tale Hard Mode. So this is the tutorial one, but I gave the alpha drops to Lyn, so she's the one speaking here. Whoever you give the drops to is who speaks. Now Lyn will always be this one, because it's Lyn's Tale. This one will be whoever you give the alpha drops to. Now I gave him to Lyn, so she talks. Everyone will have 3 different sayings, depending on what rank you get. If you get S or A, Lyn will say, "Amazing! What more can I say?" "Thank you very much, Lindus." If you get B or C, "Well done. I'm glad we did our best." "Me too. I think it went really well." So there's assets, how much cash we had total. Funds was still 3 stars, but that's okay. And that includes all of your equipment and cash that you have left. So there's that. And if it's D or E, you get they'll be kind of like disappointed or like, "Oh, we could have done better," something like that. But I got what I wanted, so I'm happy with that. I knew I wasn't going to get higher than this because when I decided to do Jafar and Matthew's conversation, so there we go. The hard modes are interesting. Lyn's hard mode makes it to where you don't have the tutorial. You do everything yourself. And the RNG is not set like it is in the tutorial for the first few fights. Like, San would miss the first swing, that way it's like, "Oh, why did I miss?" And then teach you about the weapon triangle. That doesn't happen. The hard modes for both Eliwood and Hector add more enemies. I believe you get less EXP for fights. But there's usually some more enemies. It makes the game tougher. Hector hard mode is no joke. It is regarded as one of the toughest challenges you can take in Fire Emblem. Is Hector hard mode. The enemies don't mess around. They get special bonuses even, all the enemies, to make it even tougher on you. Hector hard mode is really difficult. I don't know if I'll ever do it on the channel, but I wish those that take on Hector hard mode the best of luck. And don't get discouraged, because it is supposed to be extremely tough. You're gonna lose a lot, and it'll really make you have to think differently about how you approach battles. It's just, overall, just an extremely tough mode. There's that. You can go back and read support conversations. So any support conversations you had. So I have Ninians, of course. And I have Hector and Lyn. Now, the ending for Hector and Lyn there was that way because I got them together. So their ending changed. You saw it had both of them together. And Lyn supports Hector. I don't believe that's... it doesn't fit Fire Emblem 6. But I like Hector and Lyn getting together, so meh, I did that. All support conversations you have throughout the game will show up here. So even when you play through the game again, you can get new support conversations, and the old ones will stay. Ellie will still have the A rank with Ian. So there you go. I went over the battle history. So not bad, and I may have even pulled off an A rank if I could have kept the tactics higher, but I'm happy with that. A B rank, even after plummeting the tactics skill, is good enough for me, and I'm really happy with that. So, like I said, while this particular LP is over, this game isn't, because I'm going to go through Hector's Tale sometime in the future. It'll be a while, because there's a lot of other games I want to play, in particular Fire Emblem games, and that will probably be the next LP. Now, I've got to wait a little bit. For those of you that are watching these as they come out, I started Breath of Fire 3, and now I have too many projects going on, or more projects than I'm used to having going on at once. So I'm going to be waiting for something to finish. Once one of the games finishes, then I'll be able to start another game. And I would like to do another Fire Emblem game, actually. I have a few in mind. One of them is Fire Emblem 6. I don't like Fire Emblem 6. I love this game. This is, it's not the best Fire Emblem game, but it's probably my favorite anyway, just because I really enjoy the characters, and it's the first one that I played. But I really like it. This is a great game. If you have a Wii console, you can now play this game for yourself. It's on the Wii Virtual Console, so please pick it up and play it for yourself. It's worth playing. Because I obviously didn't play it I played it my way. And the great thing about Fire Emblem is you can play it your way. Get different support conversations. Find some ones that are funny, or you can find another serious one. Give the stat boosters to different units. Use different units. There's so much replayability in a Fire Emblem game. Especially this one to me. I just feel like there's a lot of replayability. Once you feel really good, you can, tackle Hector's Tale. And then you can tackle the hard modes and give them a try. But, as for me, this Tactician has to move on. Thank you all very much for watching. If you enjoyed the Let's Play, please like the videos, subscribe to the channel, and join me for more adventures. Leave a comment, let me know what you thought of the LP. I tried to keep the beginning of it very new player friendly, so hopefully if you were new to the Fire Emblem series, hopefully you watched and learned a lot about the game and some of the history of Fire Emblem, and you really liked it. And I just hope you enjoyed this game, because, like I said, I really enjoy this game. So, leave a comment, please like the videos, you just click the thumbs up, either at the top of the screen, when you're watching it like in a playlist, you can click that, or you can, if you're not watching it in full screen mode, you can click the like button there. It's the thumbs up. Please click that. It gives the videos a better chance. It gives the videos a greater chance of being seen by others, which gives the channel, my channel, a better chance to grow. So if you enjoyed the LP, please take the time to do that. I don't ask very often, so I like to ask at the end of LPs, because I know there's a lot of people that get annoyed when people ask, like, subscribe at the end of every episode. That's why I don't do that. But at the end of the LP, I would like to ask, please consider doing that for me. And follow the channel. We'll be going on so many more adventures, including, like I said, I'd like to do another Fire Emblem game after this one. I have a few options. The really old games will be harder for me to do. The ones I could say that I have in mind are FE6. Yeah.
FE8, which is the game that came after this one, the Sacred Stones, and I have opinions about that one, and Fire Emblem 9, which was the one with a very famed Fire Emblem character that will be Ike's story. If you've played Smash Brothers, you know Ike. He comes from Fire Emblem 9 Path of Radiance, which I think I can play. I'd have to set everything up, but I think I can pull it off, and so I think I can do that one. But it'll be a while before a new LP starts. Please enjoy the Let's Plays that are going on right now. And when a new one does start, it will probably be a Fire Emblem game. I don't like to set anything in stone because I may just get, you know, on a whim, or something comes out that looks really cool and I may decide to give it a try, or who knows what could happen. But just know there are more Fire Emblem games that I will be playing on the channel. Until then, again, thank you very much for watching. I truly hope you enjoyed this LP for Lady Lindis, Lord Eliwood, and Lord Hector. I'm your Tactician, Cinderella 9. Remember to shoot for the stars, and take care, everyone.